Where you at, Ms. Ami? This is HD, the Harvest Disseminator, bringing you a review of the Hasbro Marvel Legends Sugar Man Build-A-Figure Age of Apocalypse Weapon X. Weapon X would first make his appearance in Earth 295 and Age of Apocalypse Alpha. He's right there on the front cover, and when you saw him, you're like, man, what in the hell? What happened to his hand? And we learn later, of course, that Cyclops severed his hand off, and of course Wolverine gouged out one of his eyes. And so, you know, his claw actually was retracted. So those are his claws coming out of this stump right here. So yeah, man, it's not like he added those onto that stump. They were actually his adamantium claws. And when you read that series, man, that first issue, you're like, hell to the yes. Wolverine finally got the girl, man, because in my mind, man, I always wanted Wolverine to have Jean Grey. So in Earth 295, Weapon X, in fact, is coupled and partnered with Jean Grey. I wasn't a big fan of Cyclops in the 90s. I really like Cyclops now post House of M. I feel like he's a little bit more radical, a little bit more edgy, and I like this character a lot more now. So that's a little bit about Weapon X, and as you see him here in the packaging, he's presented here in the bubble. You have an artistic depiction of Weapon X here on the side. You have that ominous apocalypse face here above him. You have a product shot. Armed with adamantium claws and superhuman healing abilities, Weapon X joins the battle against Apocalypse. Yep, pretty general. Same art right there. Age of Apocalypse logo up here on top. You do have a barcode down here at the bottom, and I picked this dude up at Target as well. Boom! I'm just missing one figure. I still need to get Sunfire. I have everybody else. So look, y'all, let's get him out the box and see what he is all about. And here is Weapon X out of the packaging. I will have a few issues with this guy that I will expose at the outset, and you probably just saw one of my complaints just go around there. So yeah, but nonetheless, man, he's looking good. Hasbro has a really good body mold for Wolverine. He is actually 5'3". That's his stature in the comic book, so I like that we have a short Wolverine, man. I actually met Hugh Jackman once, and he's pretty tall, man. And so I'm hoping in the MCU we get a shorter person that will act as Wolverine. And so yeah, man, let's get this guy off of the stand and see what he can do. Taking a look at his accessories, of course he will come with Sugarman's left leg, so that's not really his accessory, but that does come with him. We're going to put that on the side. Again, we will build Sugar Man here on the channel. He comes with this stump right here. And so let me show you how this works, y'all. This is new. So with the arm, you take it and you pull off this this stump right here where his nails, the claws are coming through, all right? And then you can see, man, this is new to me. You just have this little stump, so this is a new piece for his arm right there that they had to make. And so what you do is you take the stump and then you just put it right in there, all right? And then bam, you have it like that, okay? So I think I'm going to display him like this simply because most of the time in the comic book he has the stump and his claws are not coming through it, okay? So that's how that works. So again, you just pull it and it pops right off, and then boom, you just snap this one right back on, all right? So you do have that going on there. Stick that back on, and those are his accessories. So Hasbro did get a lot right with the figure. Looking at the comic book accuracy of the figure, he does have this red paint there on his forehead. These stripes are present on his costume. You also have the red stripes there on his gloves, on his forearms. The belt, in the comic books, it is yellow sometimes. Sometimes it's black. So I like that they went with the yellow. It makes it pop a little bit more. That looks really good. So I think the comic book accuracy is there with the figure. Now let me tell you what I do like, man. I like the hair when you look at it head on. Look at that head sculpt, by the way. It looks really good. His teeth, perhaps. They came out pretty good, man. I can't complain with that. His eyes are not wonky. You have this piece of hair that comes over his eye right there. His eyebrows look good. So great paint apps with that. It's just a straight black with the hair. And this is what I'm not liking. The hair looks great head on, but I don't like in the back, man. You could actually see, the back of his head right there. I think that looks kind of tacky. So I wish it would have just covered the back of his head a little bit better than that. But overall, man, the hair as a whole, I think it came out really nice, especially looking at the head on, all right? I really like the head sculpt minus this baldness on back of his head back here, okay? So hair looks good, just straight black. He does have blue eyes. I think that's all comic book accurate. They did put a 5 o'clock shadow on him, man, and I like this 5 o'clock shadow. Perhaps when they do a Gambit re-release, man, they could do something similar. It looks really good. Okay, another thing they got right with the figure, boom, they painted the hair on his arms, man. That looks really, really, really nice. So I like how that came out. Look at that. I believe we saw this with the, quite a few figures, man. They painted the arm, but I think with the last time we saw it was perhaps with the figure, the exclusive from GameStop with the cowboy hat. They put a little hair on this guy too, right here. Look, a little bit of hair with the X-Force Wolverine. Okay, and so I'm going to pull out some of these Wolverines here in a moment to compare. So paint on his chest, just straight blue plastic, almost throughout. And they did give him the red paint here and on his arm. All right, so that all looks good. And the body mold, I think, is the exact same reuse from the Madripoor Wolverine. I mean, I think it's exactly the same butterfly joints, everything. It's just the same figure, just different belts and different head sculpts, different color paint. So, man, I like this body sculpt. It's pretty much the same as the this Wolverine right here. I forgot what wave he came from. Maybe Juggernaut, perhaps. You got the butterfly joints. Except this guy has boots and these guys don't. So that'd be the only difference. And of course, these boots, they swivel. And they don't have a swivel here at the calf. All right. So here goes the Weapon X. Okay, just wanted to bring him out as well. This is from Earth 616, course 295. Apocalypse took over, right? So different reality. This guy has butterfly joints as well, but this is a naked, pretty much naked Wolverine right here. Let's see here. And I also wanted to pull out, you got this Wolverine right here without the butterfly joint. And of course, this guy has jeans and boots on, so this is a different body mold. They're all the same height, however, all right? And they do reuse some parts, except this guy doesn't have butterfly joints. That's going to be a difference with him. And then you're going to have the jacketed Wolverine. Okay, so he, of course, doesn't have butterfly joints, just has a jacket on. So I believe he's from the Days of Future Past. Old Man Logan has the same jacket and same setup. And so, and then you have this guy, which uses the same body mold as well, except, of course, he has these tactical boots. Now, one thing I hope, man, that Hasbro would, I thought for sure, once we got the Uncanny X-Force Wolverine, that we wouldn't see these claws any longer right here, all right, man. I thought these were just like history once we got these claws right here. So I really like the claws on the Uncanny X-Force Wolverine, and I really wish, man, they do away with these right here and just straight up give us these from now on, because they're a lot more sturdy, I feel, man, and they look better. And these things, man, they're always getting crooked, and it's hard to straighten them out, and they're just real wonky. The same thing here. They could have given us those thicker claws on this as well. The plastic's just too flimsy, and I just really wish that they would do away with that, especially knowing now that this exists as a mold, okay? So that would be one of my major gripes, is the claws and, of course, the back of his head right there. Other than that, man, I really like this guy. He looks really good, and I appreciate the body mold. Now let us look at his articulation. We've seen this articulation before, so I will run through it really quickly. Of course, our main man can look up that high, which is nice, man. So, really, with the hair shaped like that, it really allows him to look up pretty far. So that is a good thing, you know. So you can look up pretty decently far. He could also look down pretty low. And the head, of course, man, that just swivels all the way around. You can get great head tilting with this head right here. So that's really nice as well. And of course, this is on a hinge. With the arms, you get the 360. You do get the double jointed elbows, but that bicep always kind of hinders that a little bit. Nonetheless, man, he has great reach, you can see. And you have this great butterfly joint. That's what I love about these Wolverine body molds, man, is the butterfly joint. They always work really nice with posing this guy. So, yeah, man, this, of course, you're going to have the swivel at the wrist, and it will go up and down the hinge. Of course, with this, there is no hinge, it's just a knob, and you can just rotate that round and round. Same thing's going to apply with the stump with the claws on it. Okay, so we got that going on. He has an ab crunch, boom, that far down, that far back. Get a 360 with the waist. He can do a mad split. You do have upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, no boot swivel because he's not wearing a boot. However, you get ankle pivoting. His foot can go that far up, that far down, and he has peg holes at the bottom of his feet. And Weapon X is going to stand in at a little over 5.5 inches. And here he is scaled next to Morph and Wildchild. Here he is scaled next to Scott and Jean. And because this guy does show up in Uncanny X-Force, here he is scaled next to X-23 and Deathlock. Here he is scaled next to the Uncanny X-Force Deadpool and Domino. Here he is scaled next to Strife and Apocalypse. And here he is scaled next to two New Orleans born superheroes. We have the Queen of New Orleans, the most beautiful, illustrious, powerful, single jointed elbowed Monica Rambeau, and the Prince of the French Quarter, the single jointed elbowed Remy LeBeau, known in the French Quarter simply as Gambit. So in conclusion, I really enjoy the figure. I love the body mold. Of course, it is reused, but it works really well with him. The things that I do not like, of course, are the claws. I really feel like they could reuse those Uncanny X-Force claws. Do away with these, man. They're just too flimsy. So I love the stump on his arms. I love that they painted his arms right here. Man, that looks all good. The comic book accuracy is on point with the paint here on his chest and back, and of course on his glove over here and on his forehead. The head sculpt is amazing. So overall, I like this guy, just minus the claws in the back of his head back here. But it is the Age of Apocalypse Wolverine, man. I know we have like 12, 13 Wolverines now. I'm alright with this one. I just hope that they give us the Gambit. Give us 12 Gambits, the same way you gave us at least 12 Wolverines. That would be absolutely legit. So listen, y'all, thanks for watching my review. If you're going to buy the figure, man, I'm putting an affiliate link in the description below. Go ahead and click on that. If you're going to buy something on Amazon, man, you will be helping to support the channel, which is greatly appreciated. If you have not subscribed, consider doing so. Hit the notification bell. Give the video a like. And until next time, as we say here in this beautiful city of New Orleans, laissez les bon temps rouler, mes amis.